guys, it is actually Christmas today here as I am making this video, and we just opened all of our presents. 5 kids is way too many kids to coordinate presents for. So now I'm hiding and avoiding the wrapping paper. So I had gotten a few questions from people asking me like, can you do a video on Naativ, this new company Naativ? And I will caveat this video by saying that I am not applying to Naativ. I have no desire to apply to Naativ. I don't know much about it other than what other people who have applied and have gotten hired have told me. So I thought I'd just pop in. If you guys know anything about Naativ, you've got anything to share, feel free to put it in the comments below. I'm going to let you guys know kind of my thoughts on it. These are just my own personal opinions and thoughts. Most of them are baseless other than in my own head. Um, but this new company, Naativ, is a little bit different than some of the ones that we are used to because it's based here in the United States. So that's the first thing that's a little bit different. So they came on the scene a little bit ago, maybe a couple months ago, and people were all flocking to apply because they were going to offer $25 an hour to the first, I forget how many it was, 1,000 teachers, something like that. So tons of people were applying to this company. And one of the things, there are a million companies out there. There's hundreds of companies out there. So when people ask me what company they should apply to, I always tell them that a few of the things that I always look to is who is it backed by? Like who are the investors, before you get involved in something. I've worked for lots of different companies, a lot of them with really prestigious, investor companies or parent companies. Some of them panned out, some of them didn't. And a lot of that I feel has to do with marketing. So marketing is big. You have to be willing to spend the money on marketing to get the students in. Getting the teachers in is not really as much of an issue as getting the students in is. What I have found is a couple of things that make me kind of wary about the company. Number one is I understand that that they've hired at least 1,000 people. They've frozen hiring right now because they're trying to get the students in. They haven't actually started doing classes yet. So concern number one. Most of the companies that I know, even the really small companies, even the ones backed by huge backers with tons of money for marketing and stuff, start with a very, very small group of teachers, 10, 20 teachers. They roll out some classes, they see how things are going, and then they build from there. Bringing on at least 1,000 teachers right from the get-go, having no students, is a little bit suspect. Like, that's not normally how it's done, but okay, fine. Second thing is the marketing. It's my understanding that they are kind of going to be focusing on not Chinese students, but Japan, South Korea, some different other companies. So all the companies out there, most of them are targeting Chinese students. The reason for that is Chinese students are willing to pay. When you find some of these other companies that are in other countries, you will often find a lower teacher salary because the market is not as big and they're not willing to pay as much. So that is why a lot of these companies focus their marketing and energy on getting Chinese students. So again, I question how they're going to be able to support that number of teachers, with the pay that they're, the higher pay that they're offering, if they're going to be focusing on the other countries. Next is the marketing. So the marketing is huge. I mentioned that earlier. The marketing is what brings the kids in. And you have to be able to market and compete against all these other larger companies. So unless you have tons of money to throw into marketing, you're not going to get a lot of investment or return of students coming. Like I said, some of the companies I've worked for had huge investment backers, but they didn't put money into marketing. Never took off. Never, made anything of themselves, or nothing significant, because they just didn't have that marketing. It's very difficult to market in China if you are not a Chinese-based company. So it's not like you can just go in there and buy ads. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot of politics involved, they don't want outside companies. So, I can understand why they wouldn't be able to necessarily get into the Chinese market. So if they're going to be focusing their energy on getting into some of these other markets, I wonder how much they're going to be putting into marketing and what the marketing is going to look like in those companies, them not being based in that company. So that also is makes me wonder, how well things are going to go. From my understanding, there's been a lot of like webinars and telling teachers that they're going to, oh, maybe you can do some training. It's all free. They're wanting you to do things for free, and not, they're not paying anybody yet. So I always, even with the other company, Asian-based companies, Europe-based, any of these other companies, they will try and get you to do things for free. If they're trying to get you to do that for free, it's a little bit shady. They're usually not willing to pay. So if anyone's asking you to do training or to do extra workshops, they should be paying you to do those. If they're not willing to pay, it makes me wonder what exactly is going on. So that is questionable. And then lastly, it's run by a gentleman who has been involved in lots of different MLM type businesses previously. I think Unique is one of the makeup, Unique one. I'm not a fan of MLMs at all. And I think that they're very predatory, especially on, stay-at-home moms, women that are going to be are looking to try and make something. So I think that also is, you have to take that into consideration where this seems to be coming from. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I'm interested to sit back and watch, and see what goes on. But again, my caveats for anyone looking for a new company is, number one, to make sure, look into the investors, look into the owners, see what you can find out there before you make your decision. Number two, if they're asking you to do things for free, get out. You don't want to be working for free, is definitely questionable. And number three, what is their student base? What is their teacher base? How are they, bringing in students? Those are all things you want to look at before going with a new company. So take that for what it's worth. Like I said, not involved in Naativ, don't know much other than what other people have told me. I know a lot of people have gotten hired over there, and now they're just waiting for the classes to start. So we'll see if and when that ever happens. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with a company that's not actually based over there. I don't know. Who knows? I'll stick with where I'm at. I'm really happy where I am at. I've got another company as my backup company. So I've got 2 companies. That's enough for me. I've done the whole 5, 6, 7, 8 companies at a time thing. Don't want to do it anymore. So I'm done trying to get into new companies. I think I'm pretty happy where I'm at. So unless something were to happen, I'll stay right here at gogokid. Good luck, everybody. If you are working for Naativ, if you know anything, feel free to comment below. I don't think they're doing referral codes. I'd be happy to send people your way if they are. I don't think they are, though. So that kind of sucks. But hey, if they are, put it down below. Someone will. If you want to answer people's questions, put your contact information below. We'll send them over to you, and we'll see what happens. Good luck. Bye, guys.